Recently, I did a poll on LinkedIn and I was shocked by the results. Around 40% of people said they struggle in job interviews. That's right. Nearly half of us are walking into interviews feeling unprepared, stressed and caught off guard. Now, if you are one of those people who always feels unprepared or you have been getting the same rejection emails again and again, this video is for you. Today, I am going to reveal 3 game-changing techniques that will help you predict 90% of the questions in your next job interview and walk in ready to crush it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So let's dive into trick number 1. Use the WH words like what, when, where and how in front of every job description. You have seen job descriptions hundreds of times, but have you read them with this simple trick to predict your interview question? And let me show you how it works. So let's say the job description says develop monthly forecast of sales, margin and inventory plans. Now, instead of just reading that and moving on, ask yourself these questions. What tools and techniques do I use to develop a deep forecast? When have I demonstrated these skills in the past? Where have I applied forecasting or inventory planning skills before? How have I used these skills successfully in my previous roles? By asking these simple questions, you are now forced to dig deep into your experience and come up with specific examples that directly align with the job responsibilities. And this will help you prepare answers like, tell me about a time you developed a sales forecast, and give you a solid answers with real examples. And this strategy works for 90% of interview questions because most interviewers are going to ask you about your past experience, how you have used specific skills and the impact you have had. So by asking yourself these key questions, you'll be ready for the majority of questions that will come your way. Now let's go to trick number 2, and it is something I've used to ace interviews many times. So let's say how we predict interview questions now. It's predicting questions based on company's mission and values. Every company has a mission statement or core values, and guess what? They are giving you clues about what they want from you. And if you are not using this to predict your interview questions, you are missing out on a huge advantage. So for example, let's say you are interviewing for Amazon and one of their key principles is ownership. Amazon is all about hiring people who take full responsibility for their work, make decisions like owners and proactively solve problems. So what kind of questions do you think you will get? Let's see. Tell me about a time when you went above and beyond to solve a problem at work. How do you ensure that your work is of the highest quality? What drives you to stay motivated and productive, especially when no one is watching? These questions are designed to assess ownership, and knowing that ahead of time gives you a huge advantage in answering them confidently. And now let's say you are giving an interview for a company like Zappos. So we'll take one more example. And Zappos is all about customer satisfaction. So what do you think they will ask? Tell me about a time when you exceeded customer expectations. How do you stay updated on the latest customer trends and needs? What's your process for handling customer complaints? By understanding the company's core values and mission, you are predicting the kind of questions that are likely to come your way. It's like reading the interviewer's mind before you even walk in the interview door. So now let's talk about trick number 3, and you don't want to miss this. Trick 3 is use Glassdoor to get insider information. And one of the best ways to predict what's coming at you is by using Glassdoor to see what others have been asked in the same interview. Sounds crazy, right? And it works every time. So for this, go to Glassdoor, search for company you're interviewing with and check out the interview question section. And here you will find real reported questions from actual candidates who have gone through the interview process. It's like having access to the ultimate cheat sheet. So when you scroll through these questions, you want to look for patterns. Are the questions behavioral, technical, or a mix of both? Are there any themes that pop up regularly? Maybe questions about problem solving, team collaboration, or leadership. For example, let's say if you're interviewing for a product manager role at Google, you might see questions like, how would you design a URL shortening service like bit.ly? How will you manage difficult situation? Or how do you manage sprints? By reading these, you will have insider information about questions that are more likely to pop up in your interview. It will make it easier to prepare and feel confident. So let's quickly recap these 3 powerful tricks to predict 90% of the questions in your next interview. So first of all, it's ask the right question about the job description. Use what, when, where, and how to create your answer bank. Number 2 is use the company's mission, statement, and core values to predict the questions they will ask. And number 3 is leveraging Glassdoor to see what real candidates have been asked in interviews at the same company. So now that you've got these insider hacks, it's time to level up appear into a game. Stop walking in blind. Use these tricks to prepare and walk out confident, ready to land your dream job. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. And trust me, they will thank you later. And good luck with your next interview, and remember, you have got this.